welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings to you strange but true news for lots of views. That's right, we would take some views if you had them. If you had 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, maybe, we would add them to our tally and we'd be happy to see them there. Hi, I'm your host, Steven. Joined, as always, by the lip itcher herself, Fate Kills, a.k.a. Smash, a.k.a. Smash Face, a.k.a. Lord of all things. She's here joining me with cat ears. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
My Leo's here and my lip itches, and I don't want to wear a bra anymore, okay?
Oh, that's a... Hey, you know, back in the 70s, that was a thing. Like, people were like, I ain't wearing a bra anymore.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, if I sit like this...
Don't take your bra off on stream. I feel like that's... Like, even if you sit like that, everybody's just going to know, and they're going to go, Ashley's not wearing a bra, so she has to hide her business.
They're bad for you.
They really are. Science has proven that bras are bad.
They're so bad. My lymph system is constricted right now, and I hates it.
They've actually found that the female breasts hold up better without bras over time because the muscles aren't given to atrophy.
See? My boobies need to be free.
Lots of women tried back in the 60s, and it was really successful. Me and Stephanie watched an episode of Taxi, which was filmed, I think, in mid-70s or early 70s. And one of the female actresses on there, she throws a party in, like, the second episode. No underwear anywhere. I looked at Stephanie, I was like, that woman right there on television has no underwear. Like, no up underwear, no bottom underwear.
How
no
could you tell?
Because there were nipples. And there's a certain way that clothes flow when there's nothing, there's no business going.
The drape.
Yeah, because she was in a dress, like one of those blue, like, 70s. And I'm like, that lady has no clothes on under that clothes.
So I'm like, I would be uncomfortable with, like, if, like, nips were visible.
That's
like
what Band-Aids are for.
When I go swimming, and I'm just like, nips. Ah!
And that's why the ladies wear the Band-Aids on the nipples.
Do they really?
Isn't it nipple? And can't you put a Band-Aid on your nipples unless you got like Vienna sausage nipples? And then it's like, whoa.
No, you can Band-Aid them. Like,
Yeah.
I wish that so they've got these things now that like, they're like, it actually looks really similar to this. So here's the nipple.
Like a fidget spinner?
It goes like this, and then you pull the tape up so it lifts the nipple because it's like a sticker, and your boobs go bloop. So you get the lift, but that's it. Like, you just wear, like, nipple...
Sorry. I'm just imagining a fidget spinner on somebody's nipple right now, because that's all I can see. You're just spinning around like tassels. If you ever watch old episodes of, like, Happy Days and stuff when the kids go to the strip club, the ladies have it's always like, I'm taking off my bra, and there's nipple pasties under there with the tassels. The tassels.
Like, that was in Happy Days?
Yeah, like that was nudity back then. I don't actually know if that was on Happy Days. It was on some show that took place in the early 50s or mid 50s. Or there was the lady named Bubbles, who no one ever actually got nude. And I remember the guys were at the stripper place because they'd all snuck in there with their fake IDs. And no one got nude, and how disappointed they were.
Wait, so wasn't that like a family moral show or something?
I mean, it was a show. It wasn't like Full House.
Oh, okay.
It had not, so think like early 80s risque content on occasion.
Wait, the 80s were bad, man.
The 80s, there was lots of cocaine in the 80s. That was a thing. There's lots of cocaine. There's some really thick ties.
Thick ties.
Big hair.
All I can see now is like you talking about the nipple tassels. Like, I want a nipple cover like that has these sticking out so I can just like...
You can just flick them all day.
Have nipple spinners. But like, hey baby, you want to flick my nips?
You want to flick my nips?
Welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, guys.
Flick my nips. Not something I would expect to hear on this show. Hi, everyone.
Please don't walk up to people and flick their nips. You may lose a ball. Just saying.
I feel like, well, I mean, people have been doing purple nurples for a long time now. This would just be an extension of that.
I feel
You
like
know?
same-sex nurples are acceptable. Like opposite-sex nurples, you may lose something near and dear to you.
Yeah, normally, hey dudes, purple nurples are only for other dudes, and even then, you're kind of a jerk because they suck. Like it hurts really bad.
Fidget. Oh, good. So good that subject was there for that moment.
Why didn't we turn this episode into fidget nipples? That would have been
Fidget nipples.
a great
Somebody
title.
write that down so we can have that. Well, you think of like the best show titles that we never remember.
No, it's a total disaster, man. Hey,
Fidget.
we're
Yeah.
coming up on episode 408 episodes.
There are things and there's stuff, and Steven's about to lose his mind.
There's so much in the works, you guys. You don't even know. I just want you to know here on episode 392 that episode 400 is coming. And we're like Ned Stark. We're like, 400 is coming. You know? And it'll be here. Except there's not going to be like all these dudes who freeze you to death or blow you down
There
with
are
their
no
blue
White
lasers.
Walkers.
And there's nobody having sex like in the corner of the room over there because this isn't HBO. At least I don't think so. Nah, they're gone. I made sure to get them to vacate the premises before. I was like, you can't be making all that noise with this microphone over here, okay? I got stuff to do.
Da-da-da-da. Jacob, while you guys were streaming the other day, like I had the door closed and I was on the phone. He said, "What were you? I could hear you. What were you doing in there?" And I was like, "How could you hear me?"
How did you know?
What's that scene in Red Dude? With the
Hellboy?
horns. Yes, Hellboy 2. Where the little dude's like, "How? How could you see me?"
Oh, yeah, because you've got the glasses on.
Yeah.
That was
Apparently
a great
he had
movie.
the ear. I'm like, you had earphones on, homie.
Oh, yeah, they're making a Hellboy 3, but it's not going to be Hellboy 3. It's just Hellboy again. It's starring
Wait.
the cop dude from Stranger Things. I
He's
think
what?
he's
What?
taking on the Hellboy role. Oh, don't shoot it down. It could be awesome. I really like that guy.
No, I what?
It's a new Hellboy.
So they're rebooting something that's like 5 years old.
Hellboy's old. You just don't keep track of time. You know how old movies are now? It's ridiculous. Watch this. Let's see. Hellboy 2. 2008. You know that was almost 10 years ago?
No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Holy shit!
Right?
What was Origi Hellboy?
Oh, you don't even want to know. That was like 2003. 2004. 2004. It's been 13 years since Hellboy. Can you believe that? What? That's so terrible. Oh, I'm so
Nuh-uh.
upset right now. Yeah, 2004. Oh my gosh. I had just graduated high school like a year before that.
Nuh-uh.
But yeah, she's right. It's a new Hellboy movie entirely. It's supposed to harken back more to the comics. Which is fine with me because I love the Hellboy comics. They were great.
I mean, I really liked the movies were cute. The second one, I loved the action sequences.
Yeah.
Because that dude, the elfie dude, he made that awesome.
Everything, that movie was so, like the Angel of Death. I'll never forget. Never forget that. Watching the Angel of Death, and it was like the sound work for that, where they had like the small child voice and the female voice and the male voice like all layered on top of each other. I was like, that's the creepiest noise I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, they didn't make sounds like that. That's more creepy. But there's also trailers for It now. I'm not allowed to watch.
Are you doing the thing where you don't watch trailers now?
I am.
Oh.
So I've started. Well, that movie I'm not going to watch anything about because my mom instructed me as a small child. We told this story before that that's the one movie I should never watch.
You said It, and I was thinking you were referencing back to.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant
Yes.
Stephen King's It.
I understood it after.
Yeah, no, It.
And I got excited that somebody else was doing that. You should take the Horseshoes and Hand Grenades challenge of only watching a single teaser trailer for the movie that you're excited about and then going into the movie blind, deaf, and dumb.
Oh gosh, it's brilliant.
It's amazing. You have no idea if they've spoiled shit for you in the previews. You laugh at all the jokes that they tell you because it's the first time you've heard them. It's glorious. It's like going and seeing a movie as a child again.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
back when they didn't have a constant barrage of trailers.
Oh My God, it's after Terminator Genesis, where they told you John Connor was a bad guy. I'm just like, nah, F this. Like,
Yeah.
we're done here. Why would you figuratively ruin the entire plot for me?
I know, they do that. That's like in The Empire Strikes Back. It's like, and Darth Vader reveals a major secret. I'm your father. What? And you'd be like, whose father is he?
Right, exactly.
You know, but that's not the secret. Like, the cool thing is, like, I am your father. Like, I'm going to try and keep Sam from knowing that for as long as I can, because to me, that's one of the greatest, best kept, most impactful moments, but only if you haven't heard every friend of yours say it into a fan, because it's doing that thing, and that's what everybody does.
Except he never actually says that.
No, he doesn't. And nobody has oscillating fans anymore. So
how do you sleep without oscillating fans?
I do not know, Russian woman. How do you sleep without
Russian Girlovich?
the vendor, the T-Rex. You like horseshoes and hand grenades? You should. The vendor does. The vendor likes
the
it.
Shit out of the vendor with the pillow.
The vendor likes the horseshoes and the hand grenades.
Yay! So, Jake, did you ever watch Mona?
Oh gosh!
Moana shit. I didn't do that on purpose.
You did do that. See, it's a Freudian slip. You want to believe.
It's such a perfect movie. So Arrow went and watched it, and he's just like, Steven, buddy, sorry.
My mom told me today, by the way, she listened to the show, and she was like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's a sweet, innocent children's movie, and I hate when people do. My mom apparently has the same pet peeve that I do about people taking completely innocent things and turning them into penises.
So I will end it on this instead of wrapping back around.
You don't get to have the last word like
that. No, from my argument. I was not being a pervert with the movie. So the lore is based on incredibly pervy stuff. And yes, there were perverted comments that a 2-year-old is not going to get. They always put that in there for the adults that are forced to watch it. But the overarching theme harkens very heavily back to the actual mythology, and it's perverted. And I'm not saying that in a, oh, he, let's make it perverted. It just is.
I still reject this theory.
It's not a theory. It just is.
It is only true if hundreds of people have bombarded the internet with, well, no, that's not even how I make things true. If that's how you make things true, then lots of people would make the earth flat, and it's not.
Oh, by the way, Ryan is very angry with us that we were making fun of flat earthers. I get feedback from him weekly.
Why?
And the flat earther thing,
I'll make fun of flat earthers all day. They're stupid. They're not stupid people. They're not stupid. They just are completely
wrong and don't understand science.
Right, yes. That's what I'm going for. They're not stupid. Stupid.
And I wasn't entirely sure if he was serious that the earth is flat, but he kept saying the earth was flat. And I'm just like,
you're wrong. There is no, you are wrong, sir. Like, there are things, if
we didn't have satellites that orbited the planet,
if we didn't have knowledge of anything, maybe, just maybe the earth is flat.
Every time we're sick, we have to record something with you doing that.
Maybe, just maybe. Let's do a factoid of the week. The earth is round.
Suck it.
That's not really the factoid. That just felt right.
Oh my God, that was so weird. Steven teaches kindergarten.
Fact. The earth is round. The word ruby comes from the Latin word Rubens, meaning red. It's also why Paul Rubens wears a red tie when playing Pee-wee. Not true. No, that's not true.
Made up. The earth can't be flat. Everyone knows it's an inverted sphere with outer space contained in the center.
Oh.
Ow!
Did your parents tell you about the hollow earth or the hollow moon theory that was brought to them by some of their friends? That the moon is hollow. And There's so much. Like, I'm not surprised that Trump got elected anymore. Like, after these stories, I'm just like, nah, I ain't worried about it anymore.
Okay, I've not heard. So I'm off Facebook, so I don't get this shit. Hello, guard dog.
I have
Incoming question: do you think the Earth is flat or round? Because apparently, some people aren't sure. We would like your take on this.
The moon isn't hollow. It's made of cheese. Thank you.
So I have not heard the hollow moon theory.
Apparently, the moon is hollow. To which I just saw your dad kind of shake his head.
So guard dog thinks the Earth is round. We've got somebody else that knows what a
good.
satellite is. High five over the internet.
Virtual high five. You get a point.
Yay!
And with that, let's do some world news.
Yes.
Here is the Earth round.
Round.
See, we even have that video of the fires and missiles, and it's round.
That's like scientific proof right there because there's kangaroos in it.
There's YouTube. France has an oyster vending machine. Gross. This reminds me of vending machines at like service stations where they have the big ass hamburger in it, and it's like, I'm not getting a hamburger
Did you
out of it.
just say big ass hamburger?
Big ass.
Steven said a curse word. I'm telling his wife.
That's not AZ, big as burger. We had them where I used to work, and you could get them out of the vending machine, and it's like, no, let's not do that.
Okay, so two things. The episode of Futurama where Fry eats the sandwich and he gets worms in his body and they make him awesome is my favorite episode ever. And then number two, I guess it's better than Japanese used panty vending machines.
Marginally better than that.
Is it though?
I guess, you know what? It's hard to say. In a change from chocolates and fizzy drinks, the French are starting to offer fresh oysters from vending machines in the hope of selling more of the delicacy outside of business hours. Fresh? No. One pioneer is Tony Berthelot. I'm going to say Berthelot because I don't know if that's Berthelot. I don't birth a lot, you know. An oyster farmer whose automatic dispenser of live oysters on the Isle de Ré island off France's western coast offers a range of quantities, types, and sizes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, so he's off the coast, so maybe it's a thing. We can come in at midnight if we want, if we have a craving for oysters. It's excellent. They're really fresh. Crystal Pettinon, a 45-year-old client holidaying on the island, said, the Isle de Ré's refrigerated dispenser with glass panels so customers can see what they are buying is broadly similar to those that offer snacks and drinks at railway stations and office buildings worldwide. Customers use their bank card for access, opening the door of their choice from a range of carton sizes and oyster types.
Wait,
like
there's type. You don't like oysters, yeah?
No, it's like sucking snot down with hot sauce.
So I've eaten escargot. And I'm just like, I really like the flavor of the massive amounts of butter and garlic that they've drowned this snail in. But I also feel like I'm eating butter garlic gum. And at some point, I'm just like, at what point can I spit it in my napkin and it be acceptable? And I just feel like oysters would be the same thing.
What you do is, if you're sitting with people who like oysters, you just keep a small bucket next to you and you put the oyster in your mouth and you let it slide directly into the bucket. You just go, bleh. Bleh. These are delicious.
That sounds so gross.
It is. Guard Dog just joined the Legion of Dorks. Welcome to the Legion.
Yay, Guard! Welcome to the Legion of Dorks. You're awesome. Thank you for the follows.
You the best. I did make a welcome somewhere command, but it didn't fire. Or maybe I don't know what the command was that I made.
Subject, figure this out.
No, he can't do it. I did it. I just don't know which command I made it. I thought it was welcome, but it's like
maybe it's exclamation hi. I feel like that would have been so like it's totally broke. Where's the waffle one?
I don't know. I don't know anything about anything anymore. What was it? I know I made one. It was nope. Apparently I didn't. Apparently I'm a freaking idiot.
So I totally did my homework and it worked when I was at home. But when I got to class, like I think my computer got wet and it's just not working. But I was like up until 2 in the morning.
Oh, I know what it was.
Me?
No, it's follow. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, there we go.
All the podcast listeners are just like, I don't get what y'all are doing. Stop doing what you're doing. Berthelot, 30 years an oyster breeder, says he sees it as an extra source of revenue rather than alternative to normal points of sale like food markets, fishmongers, and supermarkets. He says, we felt as though we were losing lots of sales when we're closed. Selling oysters from a machine bets on more than just open-mindedness among consumers. Live mollusks, not kept cool enough or stored too long out of seawater can cause food poisoning when open. See, that's what we were worried about. The Berthelots say the machine has an appeal to a younger generation accustomed to buying on the internet and unperturbed by the absence of a shopkeeper, also lacking a brain and knowledge of dangerous foods.
What?
That last sentence I added.
Like, that was so rude.
But that's how I feel.
Wait, so, like, is there a timer that at some point it just, like, pukes the old oysters out into the street and, like, the crows eat it?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, at what point how do we know that the oysters you're getting out of there are good? Do they have labels on the cans or on the carton?
So is it, like, does it just, like, you just hold your cup up to it and, like, hit the dispenser and, like, oysters, like ice?
It's like an ice machine. It just drops out oysters. No, I think it's like the vending machines that have hot fries and Lay's potato chips and Fritos and stuff in it. Then those little spindles push them forward. You know what I mean?
No, I like the ice.
You like the ice machine
Yeah.
version? That actually might be safer because it could stay more closed in and keep it colder. Like
Bart says there's a milk vending machine in the UK.
That also sounds gross.
I
All of these things.
I don't do dairy because
I do
it
cheese.
scares Okay, I will, if my nephew is around, I will eat string cheese. I'm like, hey, Sam, bring me one of these. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Sam, can I also have some cheese? Thank
Yes.
you.
Because I like to pretend that the organic, like, dairy is somehow not pus-filled nastiness.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
It still is.
It's all there. It all comes from a cow's teat.
It's all nipple milk.
It's just that we're the only species that continues to drink milk past the age at which we should drink milk. Not just from a totally different animal.
Species, not even
even remotely human.
Like, at what point did, like, some farmer go, hey, baby, I'm going to suckle me on some cow teat, and he got, like, something out, and he's like, oh, that's delicious. And, like, he brought it back to his people. I mean, like, even in biblical times, where, like, the land is flowing with milk and honey, and I'm just like,
why do we want milk?
yeah, like, what were you doing with the milk?
You're not supposed to have milk. That's why the majority of the population, believe it or not, is lactose intolerant. Because you're not supposed to have it. Your body stops producing lactose, or the lactate enzyme. Lactate, it's not lactate.
That's why you die.
There's an enzyme. Yeah, and it's like, I'm gonna quit making this because you're done drinking milk, right? And we're just like, never done drinking milk. Give me all the milk.
Okay. If I have, and you guys, like, can chime in on this, but I really like milkshakes, but I will have one maybe every, like, I'll maybe have like 3 a year because I get so sick. Like, I get stuffy and it's awful because all the milk and the sugar, and I'm just like, worth it.
It's so good. But I mean, I immediately want to have diarrhea after ingesting a milkshake.
Okay, so I don't get the stomach issues. I just get the, like, waking up the next morning and feeling like I had a lot of car bombs.
If I eat ice cream, specifically ice cream, my lactose intolerance fires up, and it makes me feel like I want to have diarrhea, but I can't have diarrhea.
Wait, okay, so I'm like, we just got Yoshi Rockets. What is that? How
Oh,
is
dude,
that?
thank you for the follow. You're the best, Yoshi Rockets.
Yoshi Rocks. Yeet.
Yoshi rocks. Yoshi rocks it. Duh.
Oh!
Yeah. I like Yoshi.
I love Yoshi. Thank you for the follow. You're awesome.
No, but so my stomach starts twisting in knots. You know what I mean? Like, it starts going, I have something going on in here I don't want, and I can't process it. And then I'm like, oh, that's okay. That's usually the feeling you have when you got to go poop. And then, but that doesn't happen. Your body just goes, I'm just going to be uncomfortable like you have to poop, but you actually aren't going to go. That's what happens.
Okay, so you finish that, and in the chat, Guard says, well, the only bad thing about milk is that it makes mucus and kidney stones. And I'm like,
those are true things.
Needing to use le pate, and also mucus and kidney stones on top of needing to use le pate sounds like why I drink coconut milk.
Why you should not drink milk. We've encapsulated all of it right there.
I mean, subjects all like coconuts are the tree teats of the universe, and I'm just like, I will suckle me some tree teats.
And with that, small town news. This show is really weird, Sub. I'll give you that.
Guard, you and McFly can bond over kidney stones, because from what I can tell, a guy passing one of those is not fun.
My dad had a kidney stone once. They had to go up and get it. It wouldn't come out.
Ew. Like,
yeah.
like how?
How else you...
Oh, your dad.
Yeah.
The story.
Oh. It's very difficult to segue into stories from Space Tim. Let's see. Stories from Space Tim. There you go. So my dad was on a trip, and he wanted me to tell this story to everybody because he feels like that's important for you guys to have the knowledge. He was on a trip, and he managed to forget his deodorant, and he's digging around in the sink trying to find something to use his deodorant. He finds what he thinks is deodorant. He puts it on and goes about his business, and here in a little bit, his arms start burning. Starts having a really bad... Goes back and looks. He had put Icy Hot on his armpits, thinking it was deodorant. And he... to which my only thought was, he had to have done that, thought about it, and said, I'm going to tell Steven Tubbs, say it on his show. Doot.
Like, that skin under there.
Could you imagine?
So, Stephanie and I, when we were in karate, our sensei gave us Tiger Balm, right? So it's got like the fun, like red tiger, like rawr on the front of it, like as a warning not to even get near the shit because it will light you up.
Don't put it on your wiener, everybody.
So I was on the phone with somebody at the time, and I was telling him about the Tiger Balm. They're like, I dare you put it on your nipple. And I'm just like, whatever, I can handle it because I'm a badass. So I did the thing, and I was like rolling around on the bed going, why? God, why? It felt like it was like an alien had walked up to me and just like stabbed its alien friend, and like the blood was dripping down onto my chest, and like everything, like it was red up into my neck, and I'm like, I'm never having babies. This is awful.
like
I
I'm gonna
have
die.
chill bumps talking about it.
Oh,
and then I couldn't get it off my hands. Like, you can't wash the shit off. So everything I touched was just like on fire. And I'm like, it doesn't calm your muscles down. It makes everything else hurt so badly that you forget that your muscles are sore. That's what Tiger Balm is.
That sounds horribly painful and awful, and I would not want to be. No, I don't want to do that.
That was a lot of yelling for Tiger Balm.
Congratulations,
Tim, on your armpits being fiery doomsayers.
When I was in 7th grade, a bunch of guys were talking about how they were at camp and they went behind one of the camp cabins and put Gold Bond on their wieners. And I don't understand. I never did that, but I remember them saying, "Oh, we went back there and we got some Gold Bond and we put it on our balls and it was amazing." And I'm like, I'm really glad I don't go to camp with any of you people, like, ever. So these are the people that, like, I don't know how I got out unscathed. Like, I shouldn't have. I should be a walking disaster like the rest of them were. But I was like, that sounds like something I don't want to do. But okay, especially not with, like, what is it with, like, community Gold Bond ball sessions? Like, why are you seventh grade and you're like with your buddies, like, we should put Gold Bond on our balls?
I feel like it should be just do not put things on your wiener.
Yeah.
Like, don't
do it.
Don't put, especially, let's just like, you know what would be fun? Hot sauce.
Well, the Gold Bond, they were like, it felt so good. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, wait, but then why would you tell people that?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I had the weirdest friends. They're like, we did this with our balls. And I'm like, what are you talking? I don't know why you talk to me, and I don't know why I talk to you.
Like, how do you respond to that?
I don't know. You just go, what? What are we even talking about?
We're gonna move away from balls and butts.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take it there.
No, it's just like we've got the chat hyped on butt talk.
I know, we got to get off of that.
Okay.
Quick, change course.
You're right. No one turns out for special election in Iowa town.
No one.
So what does that mean? Like, okay, apparently it was a not so special election in the tiny town of McIntyre, Iowa. Is there anybody in Iowa?
No.
Where none of it's there's only 70 people.
Yeah, Lil Will told us Iowa's kind of useless.
Wait, Little Will was the wonderful human being that sent us the snow sculpture of a wiener.
Yeah, he did
and
that.
I'm pretty sure he did that.
I think you're probably right. But let's not worry about that right now, because we were trying to veer away from the wieners.
Okay, no wieners. Tuesday's ballot asked 2 questions. Should the term of the mayor be raised to 4 years from 2? I'm assuming they did that because they couldn't get anybody out to vote every 2 years.
Yeah, right.
And should the terms of council members be raised to 4 years, staggered from 2 years? So again, if you can't get anybody out to vote for your elected officials, then they're not technically elected. A Mitchell County Deputy Auditor, Barbara Baldwin, which is super fun, and she's probably like a superhero's assistant.
She goes by Barbie.
Barbie Baldy.
Barbie Baldwin. Barbie Baldwin.
Barbie Baldwin said that the poll workers didn't even vote because holy crap, none of them live in McIntyre. They couldn't even get people to work the election.
Oh, that's amazing.
McIntyre's population of 110 sits near the state line with Minnesota 137 mile.
137. That's the number.
137 miles north of Des Moines. I hate the word Des Moines because when I read it, I want to say Des Moines, and that's not right.
That's not how you pronounce that. It's like Illinois. No. Illinois does have an S at the end, but it's not really. It doesn't. It's not pronounced.
Yeah. Baldwin says she's seen low turnout, whatever.
Low
for
turnouts.
28, yeah, whatever. Okay, so show up and vote for stuff, dudes, because you could put yourself as a write-in, and if you're the only vote today, you just elected yourself.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I mean, don't just default to write-in, because it's likely not going to work out for you. But if in the event that you live in a town with 70 people and you're in the polls by yourself, like, I don't know, well, might as well.
I would totally
write your name down.
This last couple of elections I've been involved in, I would have been like maybe happier with the Joker.
Yeah, that would have been good. Straight up anarchy.
Yeah,
not bad.
just burn it.
No, we can't give up that easy.
Well, okay.
No burninating.
I want to go back to my spin.
Yeah. News bear left untold. Oh boy. Naked intruder tries to shower with a woman, washes family's dirty dishes into New Jersey home invasion. This guy was just kind of chilling. He's like, I'll go shower with the lady, then I'll wash the dishes.
Wait, what?
Is it a home invasion if you're like just doing chores? I guess you're invading. You're just like, it would be an alien invasion if the aliens came down here, solved global warming, put the rainforest back in its original condition, and told us to be cool to each other, and then left. We'd still be like, the aliens invaded.
Right, but the dude also tried to shower with a chick, so I feel like maybe that's where the negative connotation of the entire visit comes from.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's the bad part, you know. A New York man was arrested for breaking into a home and trying to shower with a female resident before heading to the kitchen to do the dishes. Police in New Jersey received a call Wednesday morning about a burglary in progress at a Hackensack home. Sheena Diaz, who was home at the time. That's Hacky Sack. It's a game where you have a deal.
Is that a place?
Actually, yeah, it's an actual place. Hackensack, New Jersey. Hey, just subscribed for 2 months. Thank you.
Subject, you're awesome.
Thank you so much,
subbed.
Yeah, subbed. Thank you so much for that sub. You're the best.
Dude, you're awesome. Thank you, Subject to Bits.
Hey, man, if you have Amazon Prime and you ain't got nowhere to put that free Twitch subscription, you can put it right here on this channel. That would be great. And we'd love you forever. And we'd say, hey, thanks for the thing.
I like that Amazon does that.
I know, it's super cool. He didn't have any Murrays. He needed some Murray emotes.
He needed Murray's.
He needed some Murray emotes. Police in New Jersey, I already read that.
Sheena
Diaz, who was home at the time of the bizarre incident with her sister and baby nephew, told authorities she was in the shower when someone walked into the bathroom. Sheena thought it was her sister, Mika Diaz, but when she peeked around the curtain, she saw a man disrobing and trying to get in the shower with her.
What?
At least he failed. She said she ran from the bathroom and locked herself in a bedroom where Mika and their 1-year-old nephew were playing. Sheena then called police to report the crime. Authorities said the intruder, identified as James, King of Queens.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. That's my favorite thing. His name is James King of Queens. But I want to call him James King of Queens because that sounds more fun. He didn't leave the house after Sheena, he didn't leave the house after Sheena bolted from the bathroom. He instead made his way to the kitchen and started washing dirty dishes left in the sink. When authorities arrived, a naked King.
Oh my God! Whoever wrote this?
He was standing in the kitchen.
Ever.
He was standing in the kitchen and allegedly told officers he was the family's caretaker. The girls said they had never seen him before. King was led away from the home in handcuffs and clothes and charged with burglary and lewdness. The girls said King never stole anything from the home, and they believe he climbed through a window because all the doors to the home were locked. What?
Like, what story were they? Dude, okay. So, I'm not saying that I'm going to shoot somebody if they break into my house.
I'll shoot him if they break into my house.
But if somebody is trying to get in the shower with me, I am going to grab a weapon of choice that I may or may not have stashed at certain places in the house.
Yeah, where you'd need it.
And I'm probably going to shoot you in the kneecap / balls. I mean, depending on how hyped I am, I may not aim that well.
Your dad told me once, if you're going to shoot somebody, you might as well kill him.
So, I don't know that I would...
Not that I'm condoning murder.
It was just... That is my dad for you. I feel like Ash would have a katana. I shower with my blade. We are one. I'm just...
Headshot.
So, as someone that watches lots of horror movies, the only reason that you're going to get in the shower with me, if you're not my fiance, is to kill me or like dress me up like your mom. And neither one of those sound fun. So I'm probably going to dismantle you piece by piece with my shower katana.
Yeah, and I would be justified. I think you could get away with that.
Yeah.
They'd be
shower
like,
katanas are now a thing. Get your horseshoes and hand grenade shower katana at h&h.net.
They would be like, did you have to cut him into a small grid like in Resident Evil 1? And you'd be like, yes. I don't know how else you thought that he was going to die.
I made you chicken nuggets.
That's still like, I hate Resident Evil more than any. No, that's not true. There's a lot of movies that I hate more. But Resident Evil is definitely on the lowest of the low end of my list of movies that are cool. But that one scene where the dude got grid chopped, I was like, okay, that was kind of neat. That was kind of fun to see. That was an intense moment in this otherwise horrible movie.
Resident Evil was an awesome... The first one was good. The CGI made me want to stab myself in the nose and then, like, twist until it got up into my brain and then, like, mummify myself alive.
It was so bad.
Dude, did you know...
No, I didn't. No clue.
Monks used to mummify themselves alive.
Like, what? To like pull out their brain and stuff?
No,
like,
so they would...
They wrap themselves up in...
Like, upwards of a year before they died. Like, they would limit their food and water intake. So they started dehydrating their body. And then they would put themselves in these teeny tiny little rooms, lock themselves off from everybody. And people would bring them, like, their food and water. And every so often they would ring a bell. And when the bell stopped ringing, they were dead. And they had, like, turned themselves into human jerky.
That's terrible. Why would you do that?
But you know that Buddha statue that has like a monk inside of it, and I watched this fun Discovery show because I'm a nerd, and you know the guy that is voicing it over is British, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, any documentaries with British people, that's where it's at.
But they're assuming he mummified himself alive, and then they just put the Buddha because they think that's like the coolest thing to do to reach enlightenment is to mummify yourself alive and then become a Buddha statue.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to become some sort of ornament. I don't know if it's a good way to find enlightenment. Like people in their enlightenment, like I guess meditation is a good way to do that. You don't necessarily have to starve. Just some mindfulness. It's a good way.
Have you seen the shrines in Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yes, I have.
You know, the dudes at the end when you complete the shrine that are sitting in all these like...
That's them.
And then they just like dust away if you are patient enough to sit through the end scene for like the 700 shrines that you go through.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of when I saw that.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I wonder if that's what they did.
I'm assuming so.
That's probably what they did. Unless somebody like took their mummified body and like stuck them up there and posed.
Yeah, but they talk to you too, so it's like they've been sitting around for 1,000 years waiting for someone to like invade their shrine
and conquer the very complex puzzle.
Yes.
Somebody had a lot of time on their hands to build all those puzzles.
Some of them are really fun, and they make me, like, when I complete them, I'm just like, I am so smart. Praise my wonderfulness. And then some of them, I'm just like, I am going to shoot whomever came up with this because this is an intelligence thing. This is how well I, like, toggle the freaking controller back and forth, and I'm going to hurt somebody's baby.
This is the ones where it's not about whether you figured it out. It's about whether you figured it out and can also accomplish it.
Yes.
Because that's the most annoying thing when you're like, I know what I need to do, and I know the steps need to do it. But when I try to do it, the button doesn't respond, or I was just a little slow, or the camera went wonky, and everything just breaks.
Or like you didn't stand at the perfect... Like I have to get Jacob to do the ones where you have to line stuff up and like basically play golf because I get so angry.
Oh, yeah. I've done a couple of those kinds for Stephanie. So
I can see that.
I will take it, and I'll just be like, okay, let's just get positioned properly and do the thing. Have you seen the people that actually go around the puzzle in the shrine using tricks like shield surfing and blowing up a bomb, and they bounce like twice as high, and then they'll sail over the fence or whatever? It's amazing.
You can... What? I've been doing this the hard way?
Well, no. I mean, you've been doing it the way it was designed to be done. But there are some of those where I've seen dudes, they're like, this is how, like, screw you, shrine, or whatever, and they go, like, use a bomb to blow up 2 bombs or whatever and shield surf, so they end up flying further and then over things and then being able to float down into the gate. And then they're already inside, and they don't have to do any of the puzzly stuff. You should look up some of them. They're really awesome.
I feel like... So... There's 2 shrines that I know of. So one of them is I have to shield surf on the back of a sand seal in the Garuda. But I can't. I hate it, like, because it's a coordination thing. And I'm like, I don't have that shit.
Coordination, I don't have it.
No, in real life or video game. So I'm waiting to do that one. And then there's one I need a picture of a flying guardian and then a small guardian. And I'm just like... Okay, so I have to wait till after the blood moon, remember which shrine had one of the tests of strength so I can go back and get a picture of it, and then take it back to this stupid lady who's like in love with the little ball. She's like petting it and named it Morgie or something. And I'm just like, could you just not be weird and give me the MFing? And I'm like throwing bombs at her and I'm like, run! Be afraid of me! I killed Ganon! She won't run. She won't
like,
give me the ball.
I'm not giving... No, you can't have my ball.
Yeah.
Stephanie still hasn't beaten it. Like, she hasn't played the game.
I wouldn't have beaten it if I didn't accidentally do it.
You went further than you should have because you had the 4 beasts.
You curiosity get a little ahead of yourself, and then you just fall into a room, and it's like, oh, I'm going to kill you with my Ganon face. And you're like, oh, crap, can I get out of here? And they're like, no, you got to beat it. And I'm like, well, shit.
That's the best way I've ever heard that explained.
Yeah.
That is great. All I know, Smash, is if I was left alone to my own devices and there was no anybody around, I'd be flying through space all freaking day on Elite Dangerous. I'd be
I
flying
can see that.
through space all day. I am a space
Isn't it like?
trucker.
Are you? I mean, it's really pretty. Well, I guess you could say the same in Breath of the Wild. Like,
It's just a giant sandbox.
yeah,
You can pirate. You can be a space trucker. You can take people on missions. Like they might be like, I need to go see this tourist attraction. You're like, okay, I'll take you out there. Or you can shoot things and it's anything you want to be, anything you want to do, and it's
you can
amazing.
do what you want to do.
It's amazing. It's so cool because I can just put on a podcast or watch Forrest Gump, and I'm just flying through space.
Why would you watch Forrest Gump while you were flying through space?
I did it last night. I watched Forrest Gump while traveling through space. Because I mean, why would you not?
It really shit me, but now I want to
You're the devil. I don't even know how to. You're just horse shit. That's how I feel about you.
I feel like that should be a straw poll too, like whether.
No, you can't have a straw poll with sub around. It's always Ashley, never me.
On my team, I love it.
He hates me. That's all there is to it. He's just mad at me because, like, you were the dungeon boss lady, and he doesn't know who I am.
No, he gives me shit relentlessly. Have you ever played WoW with the guy?
No.
I accidentally pulled like the entire game, and he's just sitting back looking, going, "I'm gonna toggle through my mounts until you learn how to pull correctly." And like I just kept dying, and I'm like, I hate you.
Why? What makes? Okay, we have to explore what makes subject to change a lovable troll and not one that we just want to hate. Like, why did we give subject to change a ops and mod privileges in our channel when he's so hateful, but we know he's
Because
hateful
he's
and we
awesome.
love him for
He
it?
made me a shirt. He's fantastic. And did I tell you he finally got the letter?
No way! It finally came through?
It took weeks.
Oh, that's terrible.
He's like, I'm lovable because I give you a-holes money. Bitches.
I think he said I give butts and money. Bits, I think, is what he's going for, but butts is okay. Butts
I think
works.
he's just changed the bits to butts, and that's just what he's saying.
That's just
with.
what
Yeah.
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 I love you, sub. I'm just giving you a very hard time.
I also got a
Because
call
you deserve
today, 2 weeks after I shipped a package that took 2 days to originally get to me. And they're like, yeah, we finally got your package. And I'm like, the USPS here need, like,
Yeah, that's
please,
bad.
government, give them, make them work again. They suck. They need funds.
Put them back to work. They had a surplus until the government made them do stuff, and then they were like, oh, now we're in debt a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's how it works.
I can
WTF.
deeply tell.
WTF.
Well, that's me.
Of course.
That's me.
Go.
Okay, Chinese woman undergoes plastic surgery to evade a $3.7 million debt.
What? That's awesome.
Oh, is that a picture? Oh my God,
that's
can
a
I have
before and
plastic
after, maybe?
surgery? Holy shit. Does plastic surgery make people that pretty?
No, plastic surgery makes most people look like aliens.
Well, they did a damn good job on this chick. I mean,
well,
also some of it may be makeup.
it's a lot of it's makeup. That left picture is totally no makeup.
I feel like you need to put that. What did Amazon do with USPS? Because now I'm afraid. Because I'll never get anything now.
I think it was like UPS did that handoff thing, right? Doesn't Amazon ship with UPS and FedEx, and then every now and then they'll be like, handing off to USPS for final delivery.
So if it's just like handing it to the driver that's currently about to. Wait, what?
They made an exclusivity deal? What does that mean?
What? Like well, huh? I'll have to move to get a package.
Yeah, you will. You will.
I'm afraid. Okay, a 59-year-old Chinese woman from the central Chinese city of I can't pronounce Mandarin words.
Oh, do you want me to try?
Wuhan?
Wuhan. That's not that hard. Wuhan is awesome.
Yeah, but they have like Drastically altered her appearance through plastic surgery and fled across the country on a high-speed train in order to avoid paying off $3.72 million of personal debt. So is that like American monies, or is that?
That's American money. They would have told you in yen if it was, or not
Yeah, that's
yen.
true.
What's the Chinese money? China money?
TM. I feel like Brad needs to be here. TM.
China money, TM.
Excuse me. In a case highlighting the challenges facing China.
Oh, yuan. Yuan.
One.
I hate Dynamex. They always bring my packages at like 9:30 p.m. You like go
I'm
Amazon,
like
it's
so
like same
afraid
day.
right
or
now.
Amazon will be like, same day delivery for this product. You guaranteed to get it by 8 p.m. And I'm like, sweet. And then I wake up in the morning and Dynamex has been there, and I'm like, somewhere between 9:30 and this morning they dropped my package off.
So, like, because I went to UPS because I wanted to deal with UPS and not the USPS because they had taken weeks to get subject his mail. They lost stuff that we sent to other people that they just never got. And we have a return address on it, right? Like,
Yeah. They can
send
send it back.
to us.
Right.
So I went to them and I paid and I left. And so I called back and I'm like, dude, what did you do with my package? And they're like, oh, we gave it to USPS. And I'm like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, you just dropped it off here for convenience. I'm like, the shit I did, little bitches. I dropped it off there because it says you motherfucking PS and I wanted you to deliver my package. Excuse me.
Hold on. Well, you could have let me set up the rant time for that.
I didn't realize I was still that pissed off about it.
He's an asshole, sir.
She got pissy with me and I'm like, no. If someone walks into your store labeled a thing, they are expecting to get your service. I said, at no point did anybody tell me. I was like, I would have just gone to the freaking post office that was closer. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell die in a fire?
You need to tell
So
somebody
angry.
if you're going to send something by the thing that's not the giant name on the door.
Right?
Yeah.
So pissed. Well, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, well, you better freaking figure it out because I'm going to come in there and clutch you.
Okay. Give me your box cutter. Give it to me.
In a case highlighting the challenges facing China as it tries to establish a credit society, police officers were reported to be astonished after apprehending the woman who fled to the southeastern China city of
Shenzhen.
Shenzhen after a court ordered her to pay off her debt. We were very surprised at the scene, the official said. She looks in her 30s and was different from the photos we had. Then how did you find her?
I
The
don't
woman
know.
identified as
Zhu Najwan.
I apologize to everybody that speaks Mandarin. I really do need to like study that alphabet so I can at least pronounce the words. Also confessed to using other people's identity cards to travel across the country. She financed her plastic surgery using borrowed bank cards.
Man, she is crafty. That's pretty
wait,
awesome.
so okay, the woman on the left still looks 25 and she's 60. The
yeah.
woman on the right looks 21 and she's 60.
Both these women I would never have guessed 59. Ever.
What the hell are they doing over there that they look like I too
Eating
would like
noodles and rice and fish all day, every day.
to look? I hate fish. We're just gonna go eat some more milkshakes.
I like fish. I'm a fan of fish. Fried fish.
You just like the batter.
I love battered fried fish. Good old greasy fried fish.
I like the batter because it's so delicious.
Greasy fried fishes. That was way more fun than I thought it would be.
Yay!
Hey man, you guys are the best. I don't have any mail this week, unfortunately. I don't think I have any mail.
Frankie, we love you, dude.
What? Frankie wrote mail? That was last week.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't have anything to remind us that we could remember shit this time.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were really good. Oh, subject to change. Deep fried Oreo. I like them.
That sounds like I would just die.
They're great. You can only eat like 2 before you feel like you're going to. You're gonna be like just collapse in the middle of the state fair.
Yeah.
And just fall over.
I would just die.
We didn't get any mail this week, but if you would like to, you can send us questions, feedback, comments, whatever, to hnhshow@gmail.com. We would love to answer that for you. Call us, leave us a voicemail at H&H Live on Skype. We'll play those voicemails on the air. We'll also read your emails on the air. If you got emails and they're interesting enough and they're not 9 miles long, we'll read your email. I like reading email. If you got hey man, I've got hemorrhoids. What do I do about them? Send that in an email. I'll answer that on the show. I got you covered. Non-medical advice right here. Download our show wherever you can get podcasts, man. Stitcher, iTunes, wherever. Just download it. Leave us a review. Those are cool. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Steve H&H. Ashley is Faith Kills, Phate Kills. And the Two Dorks Twitter is Two Dorks TV. You'll get notified every time we go live and every time we do a new thing. And sometimes when I do random Elite Dangerous streams or whatever. Also, you can tip us. twodorks.net/tip. Can send us a little tip, send us some cash money. We'd love that. Helps us do cool stuff for you, which we've got a lot of stuff that is in the irons in the fire. I should say more fierier than they've ever been.
More fiery than ever.
Yeah, and we would love to do stuff for you. Cash money makes that possible. So that'd be
Cash
great.
money.
Do we
you
take Sure, man. Pass me your Dogecoin. I'll take some Dogecoin. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, whatever. I don't have a wallet for any of those.
Dogecoin?
So it was when Bitcoin was starting to really ramp up and it was getting to be like $100 a coin. A bunch of dudes on Reddit were like, I say dudes, a bunch of folks on Reddit, probably women involved as well.
That's it. Women or dudes? I take.
Yeah, she's a dude, he's a dude. I remember that song. But they came up with a new currency because they thought Bitcoin was kind of ridiculous. So they came up with Dogecoin based on the Doge dog picture.
I still call him Dog. Like, I didn't know it was Doge.
No,
I always
it's
just call
Doge.
him Dog.
We'll take all the coins. I don't have any wallets, but if you tell me you want to send me something in coins, I'll take them. I don't know about Putin coin or pot coin. Both those sound a little sketchy. Not
I was
the
going to say,
Dogecoin.
I know that we now have a Russian overlord, but damn.
Strike him down with all your anger.
That sounds like the music I listen to.
Man, but yeah, so tips are good. Also, Tuesday nights, that's officially become Diablo stream night. If you like watching me, Jacob, and Dressed kill monsters for the good of Sanctuary, you can join us on Tuesday nights here on Twitch at Two Dorks TV. And we'd be happy to play that for you and talk to you and all that good stuff. And it's a good time.
They blow up the bodies when the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, we're doing some Season 11 Diablo right now. Good stuff. Good times. But we're going to leave you, man, with these words of wisdom from David Lynch. There are words of wisdom from David Lynch?
I have no idea who David Lynch is.
I discovered that if one looks a little closer at this beautiful world, there are always red ants underneath.
I love that so much.
I don't get it. David Lynch confuses me.
Well, like, you know, everything looks nice and shiny, but then there's the shit underneath.
Oh,
you know, it's the
okay.
exact opposite of a silver. That's how I take it. That's why I love it.
Oh, okay. You're smarter than me. Yes, Sarah,
no,
there's a
just
cow
made me
level.
more pessimistic. I've only found the Kel level once, and it was glorious and amazing. I'm like, all the hours that wait, I'll just release the color changing mountain bat. Wait, well, I want it.
Yeah, there's a cow level. I went and got all those components. I spent like 2 days, and I finally got the cow staff, and I went to the cow level. It was awesome. Or no, that wasn't the cow level. I talked to a cow to get to Whimsyshire.
Right.
That's what I did.
So there is an actual cow level. Like, an evil cow will come out.
Yeah.
How did we get there? I've only had it happen once.
I know that my big old giant gaming mouse pad here says there is no cow level printed right here on it. So there is no cow level.
Well, yeah, they keep saying that. I'm like, you lied. You sent me there, and you, like, teased me. I've been playing this for years.
Bunch of butts. Hey, everybody. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time, Thursday night, 9 p.m., here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Bye!
Bye.